What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. Hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the great man, Saucy. What's happening, bro?
What is happening is it's All-Star Weekend. I can tell you right now, Doma, I did not watch one thing. I just seen some highlights on Instagram and the socials. Mac McClung won the dunk contest 3 years in a row. It's actually becoming a farce. He's saving that competition, the dunk contest. It'd be an absolute joke without that bloke. Watched a few of the dunks. He was by far the best.
Well, I watched the All-Star game, so I can make the comment.
You can make the comment
when
we get to it. But
with the start of the show, but we are going to start the show, Sauce, with a rip.
We are. Let's kick it off. The lads at Gimco have hooked us up. And
here we are.
Ladies and gents, we've got a few different things that we can rip. Well, we're obviously going to only rip one. We might as well kick the show off with a bang. I feel like we've done it the injustice not plugging it at the start, Doma, because the lads at Gingo have hooked us up. Unfortunately, I don't know. Well, that's why I'm giving the options. What do you reckon, ladies and gents? Anyone in the comments? We have a whole total of 2 people in the stream, so that's fantastic. Let us know. What should we rip?
Yeah,
the NFL?
The rips usually happen a bit later.
One of the soccer boxes. Everyone gets. If you got the bell icon on, you should be getting a notification. You know, put the bell icon on, and get the notification.
All the Russian bots get the bell icon.
Yeah,
probably about it. NFL Storm Trading Card says NFL on IG.
Right.
Let's rip it.
Prestige 2024 NFL. Make me big. Here we go. All right. From the lads at Gimco, check out their shop if you're ever in Cranbourne. They also got breaks online as well. So if you're interstate, you can still get involved and support a local hobby shop. All right. Where's me blade? Here we go.
How's everything going in Florida, mate? Hopefully it's going well.
Oh, Kevin, good to have you in the stream as usual. Always a pleasure. All right. Prestige, we're ripping some NFL. Anyone in the comments? Who am I looking for? Who am I looking for? Is it 2024? Doma,
we need Matty Cams.
Yeah, he says he's joined on IG. Matty, what are we? My Sports Mem on IG. Give him a follow, ladies and gents. Matty Cams, good friend of the show. Prestige. All right, let's do it.
Just roll with it.
I got a kid reporter card, so whatever that is. Let's actually, you know what? I forgot how nice this set is. Just look at that base card. That's just a nice card.
Look
at it. It is a nice design. Anyway, we're gonna
tell me who they are.
We're gonna skip through.
It could be a base guy that I like, mate.
You want me to tell you here? All right, here we go. Well, let's just go through. I actually can't read backwards, so this is going to be difficult. Von Bell. Chase Brown, Evan Ingham.
Adam said, "Send that kid reporter card to Drake." Oh, Jesus!
Is this an auto? Oh no! No, not an auto.
What is it?
It was backwards. Prestige 2024 extra points. It's like the hollow.
That's nice.
Hollow version shines up of Green Bay Packers. Quay Walker.
Stomp Trading Card says you're looking for Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy, Michael Pinot Jr. Jaden Daniels is the big guy.
Jaden Daniels. That's who we want. All right. Look, guys, I've showed you what the base looks like. I'm going to skip through all that because, let's be honest, we can't be here all day. Base. Oh, okay, so that's obviously the Mike Evans in the hollow. Not bad.
Yeah, Mike Evans, good player.
Mike Evans was actually
won a Super Bowl, didn't he? With
a bit of sorting.
TB.
Prestige Pros, Ravens, Derrick Henry.
Oh, that's nice.
Derrick Henry, big season he had.
Cage said the goals in these are gorgeous, very sparkly, just like Saucy.
Thanks, Cage. Always a pleasure to have you in the stream. We're not going to look at the base, let's be honest, as I've mentioned about 4 times. Mason Smith in the holo. So you get 2 hits per pack, Doma. And alma maters, you got Nico Collins, Luke Shoemaker, and Devon Peoples-Jones. I'm guessing they all went to the same college. That's what that means. Alma maters? No? I don't know. I'd assume so. What else we got? All right. Let's go through the Hermaine Moore. Is it Living Legends? Living Legends. Oh, there we go.
I'll be back in a tick.
Nice little set. Dom is queued out for a second. It's obviously the little one must be calling in the background. Jeez. Didn't even get 2 hits in this one. Hey, we've hit a numbered card. Montez Sweet from the Chicago Bears. 77 of 99. We've hit our numbered card. That's our hit. Too bad it wasn't someone better. What does he do? He plays defense, so you definitely know that's worth $1. It's actually a nice set. Actually, really nice set. I think underrated for sure. I remember they used to have it in basketball products. Got a few prestige cards myself. All right, Julius Peppers in the holo. That's the last pack, ladies and gents. So we haven't hit anything good. And my homeboy, Any Given Sunday. Here we go. 25-22 to the Chiefs. Too bad they couldn't get the job done this year. It's all about the Eagles. Jalen Hurts. Far, far too good. All right. Bit of housekeeping. We'll quickly just dump that in the bin over here. There we go. And a quick recap on what we did hit. So as you've seen, the Mahomes, got the sparkle of Julius Peppers.
Ooh.
That was our numbered hit, Doma. Numbered hit of Montez Sweet. From the Chicago Bears. Living Legends of Hermaine Moore. And we had alma mater. Insert the holo of Mason Smith from the Jags. And then Derrick Henry, prestigious pros. Holo of Quay Walker and holo. This is definitely our best holo hit. Mike Evans. So there we go, ladies and gents.
Not bad.
That's the hit.
Cage said Sweat had a bunch of big plays in the Super Bowl. Hello, Vinny. How are you?
Sweat. So I'm guessing he doesn't play for the Bears anymore. Plays for the Eagles. Interesting. Well, maybe it was an Eagles card. People would want it. I don't know if people want him in the Bears uniform because they stink.
I don't know what Adam's on about here. He's talking about Kendrick Lamar and Drake, and we don't
Drake's
get involved.
actually in town. Anyway, thank you to our friends at Gimco. Make sure you check them out. Gimco Hobby Shop in Cranbourne, here in Victoria. Gimco, gimco.com.au. Make sure you support the lads down there.
Very nice. All right, Saucy, let's get it underway. All-Star Weekend, you said you watched hardly anything. You saw Mac McClung. You said he's practically saved the NBA dunk contest. It's been a shambles. What else happened? LeBron pulled out 2 hours before the All-Star game, which was a disgrace, in my opinion. They went to a new format this year, which was 4 teams. It was Kenny, the Jet Smith, Shaq, Charles Barkley, and Candace. They all had a team. Candace had the Rising Stars. But they weren't happy. There's a few people not happy. They reckon the Rising Stars didn't deserve a spot because they're not All-Stars. They don't have the right to play on All-Star Weekend. They complained that the format was obviously you play 2 semifinals. That's how it works. There's 2 semis. You played at 40. whoever gets the 40 first advances to the grand final, and then you play the 40 in the grand final and you win. The OGs won. That was Shaq's team. And I thought it was boring as batshit. They did play more defense, so also will be honest. They
Yeah.
they played more defense, but it all came to Draymond Green pretty much on the telecast, just saying this is a joke. He's on television and props to Draymond, just bagging the shit out of it. This format's terrible. Um, Records will never get broken, all-star records, because how bad this format is, and this is a disgrace. Anyway, Charles Barkley summed it up beautifully. He goes, "You're the kids that ruined the weekend for everybody, and now you're complaining because we've had to change it up." He goes, "You're the problem. The only reason we're in this mess is because all of you practically took the piss for the last fucking 10 years and took it as an absolute joke, where players are laying down and people are dunking on them because." So he's like, "What do you want?" They've had to take drastic measures, and you don't like the format? Well, how about you start trying?
Well, I've seen this post, right? And I actually like this idea. So I reckon this is the solution right here. Right?
Yeah.
Now, instead of that, they're obviously keeping with the same format, but they said swap out the Rising Star team with 8 guys in All-Star voting who were next up in All-Star voting. Call them All Snub team. They don't get an All-Star accolade. However, if they win their first round matchup, they get it added to their resume, and the team they beat loses the All-Star. So they actually don't get the All-Star that year. And the team, the guys who were next up, 8 next up guys in the voting of All-Star, they get put on the team. And if they win their first round, they get the All-Star next to their name. So they can say, yep, X player won All-Star appearance if it was their first All-Star appearance. And the other guy who maybe might have had 3 they're now staying on 2, and he loses it.
But then what happens to the other side of the draw? They're playing for nothing.
Well, I don't know, mate. Yeah, they've got to come up with something, mate. They've got to come up with something. Look, we know the solution, and we've spoken about it a number of times on this show, Doma. East versus West, winner gets home court in the playoffs, in the finals. That's it. Simple. And the money incentive on top of that.
The other thing I was thinking of, you know how they had like, I just think it should be Euros versus USA versus rest of the world.
That'd be interesting.
Because that's what we got in the final. They got absolutely destroyed.
They had USA versus Canada in the hockey. I'm not sure if you've seen that. And they had three fisticuffs in the first 9 seconds of the.
I like it.
Punching on.
But the Euros didn't have, obviously, Giannis didn't play. Or rest of the world didn't have Giannis. He was injured. The OGs didn't have LeBron. But that's actually what the final was. It was the OGs were KD, Steph, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kyrie Irving, and then they played against Donovan Mitchell, SGA, Wemby, Joker, any other person from the rest of the world, to be honest. Sengun was in the team. Karl Anthony Towns.
It's a good idea.
But what do they play for in the end?
That's a good point. They need to play for something. They need to play for something.
For who's the better basketballing nation? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, that's how you have to fix it. You got to give home court incentive. Vinny says Chris Paul and Wemby deserve a lemon for trying the Eddie Guerrero cheat to win in the skills challenge. That's what he's talking. It was so funny. It was actually a piss off. They're just going over to the rack when they're meant to shoot the ball. They're just getting it and just throwing the balls off the rack and they got it through in like record time, and then they got disqualified because they took the piss. But Wemby actually tried in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
He was blocking everyone. He actually played defense.
It's good.
And he dominated. Oh, bro, I love him.
Who won MVP?
Steph Curry.
The chef.
Yeah. Just a lazy 3-pointer from mid-court.
Nothing new. Nothing new.
Yeah. Anyway, it was absolutely terrible. So that's to sum it up. It was nice that they tried something new, but I think it missed the mark.
Yeah.
It was good to see a bit more defense for once. It was good to see more defense, which is great. But back to the drawing board. I don't know what they do.
We floated a few ideas. Come listen to the Double Coverage Show, NBA, Adam Silver, mate. It's there's some answers for you here. Some, you know, they have to do something. I think, you know, getting like the guys from TNT was involved is good, obviously for the theatrics of it, a little bit, but yeah, did miss the mark. I don't know. Because I didn't watch it. And I feel like until it gets to a point where they're playing for a reason, you know, money incentive plus, you know, it determines something for the season.
With these guys.
I don't think there will be a reason for them to play hard.
Yeah. Anyway, it was shit.
So.
All right, let's move on. We've had enough. The basketball's been absolutely terrible this season.
Yeah. I just want to get to the playoffs.
Luka
last 15, last 12 games of the season, 15 games of the season, that's going to be massive. And then playoffs, that's where it all starts.
That's it. You're on the money. The rest of it's been trash. Anthony Edwards was also injured, so he didn't even play. So what are you going to do? All right, let's get to the EPL. We had, funnily enough, Liverpool and Everton, Merseyside derby, 2-2 draw.
You called it, Doma. You called it. You said they could potentially get some points off them, and you're on the money too. It was controversy, not without controversy. Late goal.
Last game in Goodison.
Yeah, it was big. Last game at Goodison, they really you know, put up a fight, and they wanted to get. Yeah, look, I will say. Everton fans, I know you got a bit excited about that. They jumped onto the field once they and a few of them stormed part of the field. It went actually pretty mental. So yeah, don't condone that, but it's a memory that those fans and the Evertonians will never forget. The last game of Goodison, I know that it was not a win, but the last minute, 98th minute, I think it was, of 8 minutes into injury time. Equaliser, just absolute mayhem, pandemonium, and helped Arsenal. Got a few points back because we were able to get the win, but yeah, Liverpool still strongly in front. I think still 7 points in front.
Yeah. The other games, we had Brighton defeat Chelsea 3-0, Arsenal defeat Leicester 2-0, Brentford 1-0 over West Ham, Bournemouth 3-1 over Southampton, Man City over Newcastle 4-0. Fulham defeat Nottingham 2-1. Aston Villa 1-1 draw with Ipswich. Everton defeated Palace 2-1. Liverpool defeated Wolves 2-1. And Man United lose to Tottenham 1-0. So, we're a shambles, man. We're so bad.
I'm not sure if you've seen Anthony, the great Anthony, since he's moved to Real Betis.
It's the GOAT, mate. Did you see the goal he scored?
A goal. An assist, 2 assists. He's had an assist and in every game. And the game that he didn't have the assist, he scored a goal.
Well, guess what, Sauce? He did say that when he played this year of this season that the name Anthony will be remembered for goals and assists in every game. It just must have meant for Real Betis, not for Manchester United. Because he's absolutely dominating. He actually is.
I find it funny that he's gone there and he's doing well, but I don't know what that says. Whether it's United, whether it it speaks Premier League to La Liga and the difference in the league. I'm not really sure, but I don't know.
Yeah.
He had a bit of a go at United, but he just made a lot. Like you can't say that he didn't have a go. Like at times in that team, especially under Ten Hag, who he brought him there.
He had to go. We suck. Just is what it is. I don't know what's going to happen. Apparently, the Sheikh has come back out of the woodwork and wants to buy the club. He wants to buy the 73% owned by the Glazers, and then keep on Ratcliffe for 23%. But he wants full majority ownership of the club. He's willing to buy him out.
I think it's the way that it's going to help your club. I mean, you're in a lot of debt. The fucking stadium's falling apart. Yeah, training facilities are subpar. And I could see why. Ronaldo said those things about the club. When he said he comes back and he's had the best of the best. At Real Madrid. I'm not sure if you've seen. There's a.
He's so right.
There's like a walkthrough on YouTube or somewhere I watched it. The Real Madrid facilities, their training ground facilities. They literally have a hotel at their training ground. So if you want, you can sleep at the training ground with all the amenities that you want.
I've seen that. It's crazy.
It's
it's next level.
Like, it's unbelievable. They got 2 pitches. It's just everything you could want there. It's just quality.
Yeah, we've lost the plot. I don't know. We're at 15th now. 15th, we're 10 points off, or 12 points off relegation. We're not going to get relegated, but we could easily finish fifth last. West Ham's only 2 points behind us. We play Everton this week, who's above us. They easily win that game, to be honest.
Well, the way they've been playing, yeah,
it's an Everton home game. So the games this week are Villa, Liverpool, Leicester, Brentford, Everton, Man United, Arsenal, West Ham, Bournemouth, Wolves, Fulham, Palace, Ipswich, Tottenham, Southampton, Brighton, and then Villa plays again 2 games in 3 days against Chelsea, Newcastle, Nottingham, and Man City versus Liverpool. Liverpool played 2 games in 4 days. So it's a big, big week of football. And then 26th, there's more games. But we'll get to those.
Champions League tomorrow, Doma?
Yes, Champions League.
As well?
Tomorrow we got Milan, Feyenoord, Atalanta, Club Brugge, Bayern Munich, Celtic, Benfica, Monaco. And then on Thursday we have Dortmund, Sporting, PSG, Brest, PSV, Juventus, and Real Madrid versus Man City, which is the big one. So, I'm just so sad about United. 15th, bro. Potential to finish 17th. And the only reason we don't get relegated is because Ipswich is on 17 points. And they're just a championship team.
Yeah. Crazy. And at the top of the ladder, as you were going to bring up, it's literally Liverpool 60 points, Arsenal 53 points. They're the only 2 teams that can potentially win the title. I genuinely think Liverpool hold on from here. You look at their fixture, there's probably, there's a big game against us where we've got to, if we have any chance of winning the title, we actually have to win that game at Anfield. We've got to take the 3 points, which is a big, task in itself. So look, anything can happen, but, it's obviously swinging, it's probably like 90%. If you're looking at the win probability radar, it's probably 90% Liverpool, 10% Arsenal. There's still a slight glimmer of hope, but I just don't see Liverpool slipping up from here. They've had a good season. Yeah. They're flowing. I think it'd actually just be crazy. to think that Arnie Slot's come in first season on the job, and he's just wins the Premier League. Like
Still a bit of football to go there.
Stark contrast. You know, when we talk about managers leaving big clubs and, you know, leaving that club worse than when they, you know, they've obviously had a period of success, but they leave that club in a bad state in a way. And it takes a long time to get things back in order. Klopp left that club with a winning squad. You know, they're ready for the next coach, which is just a phenomenal job that he did, you know, assembling the squad.
Yeah.
So what can I say? I just got to hope Arsenal can hold on and keep things rolling. And Ethan Nwaneri, I spoke about him on this show before. I'm going to try and get maybe a rookie card or two of his. Underrated, 17 years old. The stuff he's doing for a 17-year-old, if you actually go watch him, the way he glides past players, the strength he's got to ride challenges. There was this one point in the game on the weekend, Leicester. He picked up the ball on halfway. Like, you don't want to lose the ball here. You know, tight turns some guy. That guy comes in with a sliding tackle, skips him. You know, could have easily got taken out and got the foul, but doesn't go to ground and over the slide tackle. Like, skips the side tackle around, then dribbles past another player, and then plays the ball on to keep the ball moving so that the play keeps flowing. Just not many players can do that type of stuff. And to factor in that he's 17 years old, Dom, like, my mind was actually blowing up in the moment. Like, he's 17 doing that. So, like, he actually has so much potential. And it's just sad that he plays the same position as Saka. They need to find a way to get this kid into the team. I think he could be the answer to, you just find a way to play him on the left. I mean, he might actually, in my opinion, he's better than Martinelli already. And from what I've seen from him, his ability to dribble past players and his speed, unbelievable speed. He's obviously got a lot of learning to do, but just an unbelievable. 17 years old. Fucking 17 years old, mate. What was I doing at 17? I was freaking going to my mate's house smoking shisha back in the day.
I don't know what I was doing at 17.
Freaking hell. Our highlight was fucking futsal, 5-a-side.
Yeah, we're good at it.
Oh, jeez.
The joys, mate. What we'd do to be 17 again.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to UFC.
UFC weekend past was fight night, fight pass. Jared Cannonier versus Gregory Rodriguez. I'll bring it up because it just makes it so much easier when you've got the graphic. So we'll bring it up. Jared Cannonier against Gregory Rodriguez gets the win. 4th round KO. You had Yusuf Zalal defeating Calvin Kattar. Decision over the 3 rounds. Edmund Shabazian defeating Dylan Budka with a 1st round KO. Ismail Bonfim defeated by Nazim Zadkov with a TKO doctor stoppage in the 1st round. Then you had Andre Petrovsky defeating Rodolfo Vieira with a decision over the 3 rounds. And then, you know, as you can see, there's a few more there. A few more results in the prelim card, but I won't go over that, Dom. I won't go over that. What I will check is see if there's a card coming up. Yes, there is this week. And Henry Cejudo against, is that Song Yadong? That's a big fight. It's actually a good card, Dom, when you think about it. For a fight night, you got Henry Cejudo, Triple C against Song Yadong in the bantamweight division, 7 versus 8 in the rankings. Then you got middleweight division, Brandon Allen against Anthony Hernandez. That's 9th versus 12th in the rankings. You got featherweight division, Juan Silva against Melisk Bagdasurian, the Armenian. In the featherweight division, Rob Font against Gene Matsumoto. That's Matsumoto, and he's Brazilian, so he's obviously, I reckon he's half Japanese or something like that. Against Rob Font, that's in the catchweight division, which I think, I don't know what that means. If that's its own division or if, anyway, featherweight division against Edson Barbosa against Steve Garcia, Ian Cultaliba against Ibo Asalin, light heavyweight, and then light heavyweight bout against Alfonso Manfield against Julius Walker. Prelims kick off from 10 a.m. Main card kicks off from 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. I should say. So tune in this weekend, UFC on. I think that one will be on free. You don't have to pay a pay-per-view as long as you got the streaming service. So it's not free because you're going to have to pay some sort of service, or you can watch it on the World Wide Web. There's plenty of places out there. If you don't have that, don't worry, ladies and gents. You can find a way.
Fair enough. Moving on to some hobby talk. Saucy. There's been a series of crimes in Victoria targeting card shops, and
it's gone global. I mean, you got guys like Rattle Pokemon talking about it on YouTube, doing videos on it.
Manny's been messaging us as well.
Yeah,
seeing it
our
over in
good
the
friend
States.
Manny from the States saying what's going on in your city. Yeah, it's crazy stuff. And they found the culprits, or two men. I feel like you can see in the videos when they're robbing, there's sometimes up to 4 of them. So they've only found some of them. They said they found in this article $50,000 worth of collectible. I find that very, very hard to believe that they only stole $50,000 worth. It's probably they're either one or two things. They don't realize the true value of some of the stuff that they actually stole, or they found a way to sell some of it before they were caught with the remaining of what they had.
So I'll chuck this article in the chat if people want to have a read. You can have a read, but it just talks about this group was also burgled 3 collectible card stores in Epping, Moonee Ponds, and Umemmering. The group was involved in also stealing 6 cryptocurrency ATMs in Hoppers Crossing, Bentley, Brunswick, Werribee, and Vermont, using stolen cars to commit the robberies. So approximately 50 grand worth of collectible cards, including Pokemon, Disney, Lorcana, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, Dragon Ball Z, AFL, and NBA. I find it very, very hard that it's 50 grand. I just don't think the people know the actual value that wrote the story. So, I don't know. Then they had a whole bunch of other things, guns, and they had 100 alleged stolen car keys. So 100. That's cooked. Anyway.
That's mental.
Yeah. Anyway, there's some videos over here.
Yeah,
this is Aussie Collectibles getting the smash and grab here. They're stored. Anyway, go check it out. There's been a whole bunch of them, man. It's
been rampant. Good. And look, hopefully this leads back, that there leads to them finding, more people and hopefully they can put a stop to this sort of stuff. Because it is people's livelihood, they're small businesses, a lot of these businesses, and it's disappointing to see that, anyone's being robbed, and for fact of, you never know, even some of the stuff they may have stole may have been, collectors' cards, let alone the card stores. Maybe they put their trust in them to grade the cards, and they had them sitting somewhere in a thing ready to send off the PSA or whatever grading company, and they've been stolen. So, there's probably collectors that were probably, affected in this as well. So yeah, it's disappointing to see, and obviously it affects the small businesses, the insurance claims, and the premiums that will come with that. Premiums rise, and the inconvenience that it causes, and the time and effort to obviously go back and catalog and realize what you've lost, and just think about it, right? It's just a pain in the ass, and it's good that they've caught and caught onto it, and hopefully they can put a stop to it, the Victorian police. So well done to the police on that front, and let's hope we've seen the back of it, Dom. Let's hope we've seen the back of it, because it's been going on since November last year. November last year. We're in February. This has been going on for 4 months. 4 months.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that it's someone in the hobby.
well, it would be someone that has a no. I do know of a shop that got hit, and they sort of went back and had a look at footage, and they sort of suspect, go back and have a look and see, can sort of put on to people that were maybe look like they're scoping out the shop, like they're in there like looking like they're looking at cards or looking at what they're going to buy, but they're really just scoping out the shop. So hopefully they can pass some of that footage on, and maybe that can help police in their investigations. But yeah, as I mentioned, Doma, good to see that there's steps are happening by Vic Police, and hopefully, this is sort of towards the back of it. And but you never know. Maybe this has opened the door to more criminals potentially trying to do the same thing when they realize, the value that's in this sort of stuff. So
It's a worry.
It is a worry. It is definitely what I'm very surprised. And look, I don't want to put a bad sort of omen into the existence, but I'm very surprised there hasn't been a lot more things, something drastic to happen, like at a card show, someone to be robbed at knife point of their case at a card show or something like that, like something just ridiculous. I'm very surprised it hasn't happened. And touch wood, it doesn't happen. I don't want anyone to be, threatened by a knife or whatever, but that's the serious capability, like the serious thing you need to think about when you're sort of
Well, it's very.
go to these shows in a way.
I know there's security at like the big shows and stuff, and I know there's another big show currently doing some planning, and I'm in a chat, and they were just talking about it last night in terms of what are you going to do about security for the event? Are you going to have security guards? And the organizer was obviously looking into it, but it costs a lot of money to put security on. How many do you put on? How do you manage the security guards in terms of positioning? They can't exactly just go frisk every person. And a lot of the time, these like cards or boxes and stuff that are stolen, by the time you're able to get to the security guard, these people are gone, man. They don't steal boxes and cards and stick around at the show. That's not what they do. They're in and out very quickly, steal what they got to steal, and they're gone. And by the time you get to the security guard, even if it could be, if you have one on the entry point and on the exit point, they could just walk out, and by the time you realize and go, stop that person, could already be gone.
Yeah.
Happened to, obviously, we told the story, happened to the Oracle mate at Darabin. He turned around for 1 second and was gone. He didn't realize until 5 minutes later. 5 minutes is too long. It's over. He's out of the venue. By the time he tells someone, he's already at the front door.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I will say, people are getting also very serious about their setups. I mean, I'm not sure if you're seeing the sort of the way the hobby AU, our good friend Lane from there, the way he was set up at the Oz National last year. He had, like a bit of a U-shape sort of setup, and he had cameras literally, set up for looking at his table and his whole thing. He had like 4 cameras around or 3 cameras around on his little setup that he had, going with, and power supply there. So, you don't want to sort of have people going to those lengths in a way. And,
this is where we're at, man.
It's sort of sad in a way that that's where we're at,
The other thing that a lot of people have done, which is to mitigate it, is they've bought shelving, portable shelving, so they set up all their stuff behind them.
Yeah, behind.
So you back onto another store holder, both your racks, you know what I mean? So then the patrons can't, if you need to see the box, you grab the box and show that to them instead of them picking up boxes on tables and going, oh, what's this? And then you turn around and he's gone.
Yeah.
The person's gone. So that's the other thing to mitigate it. There's things you can do to mitigate it. Obviously, have your expensive cards in a case that's locked. Let's be honest, if you lose a couple cards out of your bin, that are like $1, $2 cards. It is what it is. You rather them get stolen than a, I don't know, $2,000 Luca or a $900 Luca or Tatum that you just got. That comes back to source, just jogging the memory. I'm still in disbelief as you are to some of the cards, those Grail cards that were on the table at the Hobby Hangout by that person, like priced at 20 G's, 16 G's, 15 G's. I'm thinking to myself, you have balls, man, to just put them there. Someone can just come and just pick up 3 of them and just, oh, these are sick, man, and bang, gone. Just run off with 50 grand worth of cards.
Yeah, remember when I spoke about that? I was like, it's pretty crazy to not have those cased up. But yeah, it's a glim thing to talk about, you know, a grim thing to talk about, you know, and bring this up on the podcast. But it's stuff you need to think about, you know, as a collector, and if you're going to these shows, you know, make sure that you're obviously taking a photo of everything that you bring to the show before you go. You know, be mindful. Like, don't put your case down. You never know. Like, maybe you're at a table, you put it down on the floor in between your legs, and you like that, and you're looking through looking through something, and you put your head up for a second, and someone just sneakily from behind you grabs your case and legs it. Like, it's but that's why you also need to have the bells and whistles. Like, you know, if you got Matt's card case, I'll give that a plug. His new ones actually have a little slot where you can put like a Apple AirTag in there. Also, you could also create like a dummy card and make like a dummy graded card and put that in there somewhere with the Apple AirTag in there, and then maybe even put another Apple AirTag in there, or have some sort of tracking device in your case if you know you're going to these shows. Just in case, mate. Just in case. You never know.
Can't believe it's got to this point, to be honest.
Well, we've seen it happen at shows in America, and I was just waiting for a matter of time until this sort of thing, you know, caught on here.
What I mean, let's bring it back to the original point where I said I think it's someone in the hobby. When I say that, I don't mean it's someone that you know personally that is committing the crime. What I'm saying is it's someone in the hobby that's friends with these shady characters, and these characters are going and committing the crimes, and this person, because he's helping him out, is getting kickbacks, mate. He's getting boxes, like straight out, getting boxes for nothing. But I'm telling you, if you can trace these people into their friendship group, if you found them on Facebook or Instagram and you go check their friends, I'm sure there could be a common person in there, is what I'm trying to say. And then you'll be like, oh my gosh, that guy was at my shop. Oh, he's been in the hobby for ages. It's always someone that's closest.
A random group
of criminals aren't just gonna be like, oh, we're just gonna go start hitting card shops now. They're going to be asking what's valuable, what should we be taking, blah, 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 to this person. The person's going to be like, oh, Pokemon's big, we can sell that. NBA cards, because we can just crack the slabs and re-slab them. Right, the person that they're dealing with, all people, are not dumb. You got to think like them. So it's sad. I'm glad that they've caught some people, but let's touch wood that this doesn't continue to happen, because like we said, we feel for these small business owners, man. And from a time when there wasn't many card shops around to a time now where there's heaps, and it brings a lot of opportunity to get stock for people in the hobby, which is great, and we're able to support these businesses. Unfortunately, all this bad stuff comes with it, which is an absolute killer, and we feel so bad for them, you know, because this is their livelihood, man. So we hope that they're all doing well. I know they're just words, you know. It's not going to obviously cover the cost of repairs and losses and damages, but yeah, let's hope they all bounce back and they keep pushing on in the hobby, making the hobby great again, as we say on that. I think I might have to change some stuff up on this show.
Make the hobby
Make the
great
hobby
again.
great again.
Yeah, man, a great hobby, and what that looks like is, people helping each other and being courteous and friendly, and helping a person, tagging people in cards that they might want on Facebook, or seeing a card that you think your friend might want, or someone is chasing that player and helping them out, or giving advice in regards to, like how many times I've said, Doma, I've spoken to the Oracle, I say, mate, is this product even worth? Should I get a box? And he'll be like, mate, don't waste your time, waste the money. It's rubbish, right? Yeah, that's the type of people that you need.
What
It's
about,
that's
speaking
the
about
type of
wasting money, what about the rumor Gary V with his V Friends tops Chrome? Apparently. Yeah, you heard me. You heard me. Are you Googling it? You
no.
think
I'm,
I'm
I'm
taking,
not. No,
you
I'm
think
not googling it. I'm not going. I'm going on 130 point. I'm typing in V friends.
hysterical hippo or whatever the fuck they're called?
V friends. I've typed it in. Let's bring it up. Right. Let's just have a look.
It's in a bit. Oh,
Right. Let's
mate.
just.
The director of assets was taking photos with him over the weekend, by the way. If you
Oh,
don't know who the director of assets is, you just do your research.
all right. Let's have a look, Dollar. 130 point. Always providing the goods. Here we go. V friends. Empathy elephant. $7. What do you got here? Comic Con skeleton pin limited edition.
That's a pin or
$40.
whatever.
I don't know. Notorious Ninja, first ever Tops Chrome something something. Here we go. This must be it.
Nah, it was rumored.
Tops Chrome, Notorious Ninja, V Friends.
Oh, New York Comic Con 2024. Maybe it was like a it's numbered to 2020 225 or whatever. Maybe it's like a promo card. Of what it,
Let's search this. V Friends Series 1 box.
oh god.
Are you kidding me? Remember
When
we had the
when was
opportunity.
that? 21st of Jan. These people are absolute lemons. Well, they're not lemons because we call these people they're lemons because they spent that much on that box. But these people are not lemons because it's got such a cult following that box can easily be worth 10 G's.
Series 2 is worth 275.
Do you understand, Source? That could be
Yeah.
worth 10 G's with a $7 card in it. Like, it's such a cult following.
I think there's only Series 2. I've put Series 3. Nothing's
It's
come up.
such a cult following, man.
I think that's crazy. The fact that someone just as literally on January the 21st bought one for 2,500.
Fuck.
And December 29th last year, someone bought one for 2,500 as well.
Someone bought one for 4,500.
I don't believe that for a second.
That kind of people have lost the plot. Anyway, it's Gary V.
V Friends Charming Cheetah Series 1 Gem Mint 10. I don't know what company that is.
I still remember when we started this podcast. I'll tell everyone a funny story. All right. When we started this podcast, we're probably like 3 months in, I reckon, and we're trying to get our name out there and just obviously just commenting on things and just in groups on Facebook and Aoki's Funhouse. This was the introduction of the Aoki's Funhouse. And Sauce and our strategy was to go into the Aoki's Funhouse live stream on 2 different accounts, and we just like typed out our handle, Instagram handle, check us out, our new podcast. We copied and pasted it, and we spammed the shit out of the chat.
I remember that.
I mean, spammed it. It was cooked. Every second comment was like double coverage, blah, blah, blah. It was just spammed. Hard, bro.
That was good. I think that was on Twitter, formerly Twitter, now X.
That was
It was
COVID times, man. There's
on the
nothing better to
Periscope.
do.
It was so funny.
Oh, Periscope. Fuck, that's right. I forgot about.
Yeah,
What was the other one that we were on, where they did the egg pump and dump? What was that? What was that platform?
Clubhouse
Clubhouse.
still going. Clubhouse still is.
Yeah, but Twitter's got it now. X has got it. Source is frozen. All right, let's get to some. Are you back?
I'm back.
Let's get to some products. Yeah, man, we did some funny things. We probably have to start spamming again, to be honest. We've just stagnated. Not enough Russian bots. All right, here we go. The 2024 Skybox Metal Universe cards per pack. Oh, here we go. Oh, we've got to show the types of cards you can get. There you go. I don't even know who this is. Casey Fair. Jordan Rookie. This is Jordan Rookie Source 2024. I'm not sure who this is. Annalie Waters. No idea. Malachi Nelson. Malik Neighbors. De'Aaron Fox, we know. Tiger Woods, we know. Anyway, we always like to just go see who the autos are. There's always interesting players in here. John Daly. That's nice. Maya Brady. Not sure who that is. I wouldn't have a clue. Bo Nickel, autos. Pretty good. I don't even know who half these people are. What the hell? Who are these people? Who in the blue hell?
John Bowl. Bowl's dad.
Honestly, who in the blue hell are these people? Tiger Woods,
What
we know.
set's this, Toma?
Skybox Metal Universe. I have no idea who half of these people are. What the hell? Well, 1998-99 Retro Star Rubies. Michael Jordan auto, yeah, we like that. Bo Nickel, man. Anyway,
I wouldn't say it's stacked.
Purchase at your own.
Do your research.
Yeah,
This is why we like to bring this up. I mean, we went through that, and there was probably out of all there was probably like
I knew
3 or
4
4
people.
names that you'd
Jordan,
want.
Woods, Bo Nickel. Actually, 3 because
there was a few. There was
John
Darius
Daly,
Garland. There was a few others and things, but I wouldn't say they're. So, you get them as an auto. I wouldn't say you would
buy it for Darius Garland.
Yeah, exactly right.
So anyway, the next one is 24-25 Panini Prism, obviously the premier product from Panini. So cornerstone.
It used to be $150 a hobby box, and now it's $1,500 a hobby box.
22 total Prism parallels across a dozen
quality,
packs.
And the quality of the product hasn't changed. It's actually gotten shitter.
What is this? Among the exclusives are Black Gold, Skewed to 249, and Basketball to 225. What the hell? All right, this is Tijan Salone, Anthony Edwards, Tiger, Prismatrix,
Lulu,
Luka the Dome. What's this? Talisman, SGA.
I can't wait for Luka the Don Lakers autos. I'm pumped for that. Doma, I'm going to try get one of those.
Kaleidoscope of Dalton Connect. What's this? Prismania. What the hell?
That's a good one for the kids. With the bobblehead. That's
Groovy.
ugly, Groovy.
That's trash. This comes out February 19th, which is tomorrow. Well, actually, no, Thursday here. Cards per pack, 12. Choices, 8. Packs per box, 12. Choices, 1. Boxes per case, 12 in a hobby, 20 for choice, 300 card set size. We do have everything here. Full checklist, autos, inserts. Deep Space, Dominance. These are the inserts. Emergent, Fractal, Fireworks, Global Reach, Groovy, Kaleidoscopic. Sorry, who are the autos? That's all we care about. I'll tell you one guy you're not getting an auto of, and that's Victor Wembanyama. So I'll save you the hassle. For anyone that's looking for him, John Stockton. It's just going to be all the usual. Shaquille O'Neal, Chris Bosh. We like looking at the vets.
Yeah, look,
the guy to pretty much collect is Stefan Castle at the moment because he's like a beast.
There you go.
It's probably the only rookie you should be collecting, to be honest.
Yep, I can't really speak on it to say that I've looked too much in the rookies out of that class. A few of them.
Lucky last. We can't forget this, mate.
Last but not least, and we're going to wrap it up.
Oh,
Tyson Beck.
What have I done? Can you open it?
Oh,
my
yeah, I'll get it. I'll get it. No stress.
Tyson Beck.
Let me just open up the Instagram. All right, we'll bring it up. Here we go. That's the one. Tyson Beck, there he is with AI, new release. I'm not sure it's black and he's got a black and white there, but on the Discord it's in color, so you can actually see the cards a bit better. But he's got these sparkle ones, Iverson, and then he's got the dual autos with Iverson and Rodman. So it's the Fire Blast dual autos with Dennis Rodman, Luminary, and Gem Blast, which is a new card. He's another release with AI. I've missed out on a few of them, but you know what, Doma? I'm going to give this one a crack. It releases for USA citizens. It's 5 p.m. Eastern time on Feb the 20th. And for Australians, it's 9 a.m. Friday the 21st. So that's this Friday, which is beautiful because I'll be able to get on there. I'm going to make sure I'm going to set an alarm. I'm going to set a notification to notify me half an hour before and 10 minutes before, so I can make sure I'm ready to go, ready to snap one up. I definitely want to get one because I traded my only AI auto, which was a nice flawless, and I've always said I know Tyson does the collabs with AI, so I'll get one eventually. So we'll see. And if I'm lucky enough and I can get the dual auto with Rodman, that would be even better. But we'll see. We'll see. Make sure you check it out. Don't have to, speak any more about it. You know the quality you're going to get. His cards are 10 PSA 10 quality on card autos.
It's the best in the business, baby. That's all it is. It's the best in the business. You just
complain about the quality, and you know what you're getting. That's the best part. Doma, we have to at some point, and I will just say this because
you say this every week.
I've got this parcel here, and we've got to tee this up. We're going to do a separate video. We'll do an actual proper video for it, and we'll do it as a separate upload. We won't stuff it in the pod because we want to share it around. But I've got this. It's been sitting here, all right? Hall of Fame edition Tyson Beck release. It's got 2 cards in there, 2 cards in the box. So we'll have to do a separate video, and we'll put it as a separate upload. But just a little plug. I've had this sitting here for a few months. Still sealed. See? Still sealed. And it has potential to get some absolute crackers. They're Hall of Fame players. So whatever you're going to get, they're in the Hall of Fame. And you're guaranteed 2 autos in the box. I think the box cost me $475. I believe it was. So the fact that you're getting 2 on-card autos of Hall of Fame players, you're not going to complain about that, are you? Really?
No way.
But yeah, I'll just give that a little shout. We've got definitely something we got to do, Tomo, and have to put on the agenda. Give it its own separate There we go. He's got the security seal. I'll tell you what, he just the quality he also does. Like, I mean, this is it's in like a
He's a beast.
like a bit like a watch box, what you might get for a jewelry box.
Straight
It's
out.
like a jewel. It's literally like a jewelry box. It's going to pull out like a drawer. It's got a little tab, and it's going to pull out like a drawer, and it's going to reveal the cards. Crazy. Anyway,
we'll try and get on some people this year, for ladies and gentlemen.
We'll have to do that, Rip.
We're going to get him on. You know we're going to get a round table at some stage. I don't know when, but it'll happen.
It'll happen.
And Cage will come on the show this year.
Yeah, we've got to get Cage back on the show.
He's coming back on. Cage is coming back on. Manny's coming back on. And then we'll open it up to you guys. Who do you want us to get on? Can be anyone. Can be an athlete. We don't care. Who do you want
Doma
to
and Source do a box battle on the new Footy Stars when it comes out. Done.
Yeah, done.
100%. But this time we've actually got to, Doma, we've got to try buy it on the week of release and do the box battle the week of release, or like 2 weeks into the release. Because last time we had the boxes and we just sat on them for like
I'll be able to get it done. My dad
8 weeks.
My dad buys. So my dad's new thing. You think that me as the father would do it, but my dad is the grandfather. Buys little Cristiano the box now every year. He buys him a box of Footy Stars and a box of Team Coach.
So he's got it to open when he's old enough.
No. As in, like, I open it for him, but he wants me to set build for him. So he's got all the folders. So when he's old enough to open them himself, he's already got full collections. So you have 10 binders by the time he's old enough to understand.
Jeez. That room's going to be filled with his collection.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is, even all the inserts, I didn't even sell them. I kept them all last year. I actually hit some good stuff. I just kept it because I'm like, it's a good insert for him to see when he gets older. I just couldn't be bothered.
Get Zach Merritt on the stream. Oh, that would be a dream, but I don't know if you'd come on. We'll have to.
That's a do it for nothing.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
This is how we do it. Yes.
Doma. March 2nd, card show.
Yeah.
It's AFL exclusive, Melbourne Card Fest. Shane from Melbourne Card Fair. He's running an AFL show, and he's got a few AFL players coming down. We'll give it another plug next week, but it's in 2 weeks' time. So just remember that, ladies and gentlemen, March 2nd, 2 weeks' time. Also, shout out, I believe the Sydney Trading Card Show was on the weekend. So, Sydney's getting a few shows. That's one, if you're in Sydney and you're not following them, find it and make sure you follow them. And then also I think in April as well, which we'll talk about when it's a bit closer, but there's also an Adelaide card show going on run by Stephen over at what was he called? F5 Collectibles? F5 Collectibles.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
I spoke to Griff Wilson. I spoke to him. I didn't tell you, Source, but I spoke to him. He's very keen. I've come up with a good idea.
Here we go.
I've come up with a great idea. It's a list.
Okay.
I'm intrigued. It's going to be a mint throwback.
Oh, sorry. It's at Melbourne Town Hall. I should have plugged that. Yes, thanks, Magda. I forgot. It's at Melbourne Town Hall. The footy one, yes. Okay. We'll give it a proper plug next week. I'll make sure it's on the agenda. But I just wanted to obviously give a shout for it this week.
Shout out to
March 2nd.
I've got to give him a shout out because if I forget, not that they'll care, but shout out Julio, Emilio, who are always in this chat. They're suiting up. It's Nations Cup footy on Sunday in Diggers Rest. So it'll be, I think it's, who is it? Lebanon, Malta, Italy, and
Greece?
What's the other? No, Chile maybe. Yeah, so they're all planned. So if you're keen, you're doing nothing on Sunday and want to watch some footy, you might get to see Prime Train out there.
Oh, he might be out there.
He was out there last year. Magda had a run out there last year. Some of the old players might suit up and have a bit of a run around, which is good. But obviously, Team Greece is who we want to win. Not Team Greece, Team Italy. But Diggers Rest Sunday, it's a whole day affair. There's food there. There's usually food trucks, all that type of stuff. So if you're not doing anything, head down. I plan on making my way down there on Sunday.
This Sunday it is, yeah?
This Sunday, yeah. And then the following weekend, I'll plug it on the podcast. If I get selected, we've got our preseason cup, so you can all come watch me play the following week. If I get selected. So I don't think I'll get selected, but we'll see what happens.
That's enough ramblings. We've given a lot of shout-outs this last 10 minutes, but there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things going on.
Footy's almost back, baby.
Yeah. And you know, there's also, I believe, this is definitely one we missed to obviously give a plug last week. I think when it got announced. The Oz National announced their official dates for the show later this year. I believe it's in September. Make sure you check it out. 2-day show. 2-day show. Over 2 days, Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be huge. They're giving people freaking 7 months notice. So if you're interstate, everything, their aim for this show is to make it the biggest show in Australia. And, you know, they've called it the Oz National for a reason, and they only want to have this show once a year. That's their aim. Once a year. Oz National.
I like it.
You know, it might move around the country. Maybe there might be an opportunity to move it to a different state for a year or whatever it is. So, you know, but nonetheless, that's the aim. And they've 2 days show. It's in September. We'll give it a plug on the lead up closer to it. But get thinking about it, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm sure they'll put out the expression of interest for people who want to get a table there. And if that's the case, if that's you need to make sure that you are following their socials so that you are aware when they release the information or the expression of interest, where you need to fill out any sort of form or get in touch with them. Make sure you're following them on socials. I think it's oz.national on IG, and I think they've got a Facebook page as well. Beautiful. So that's the last one. Last but not least.
10,000 shout-outs from us.
A lot of information. A lot going on.
Too much. If you're the age of TikTok where it's 10-second clips, you would have forgotten absolutely everything we just said.
Long format, mate.
On that note, keep living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Don with the Great Red Sauce. Peace.
Like and subscribe. Peace. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking Old Spots, Double Curve.